Guys, why do I have these on my shirt? I never use these, and yet they're still here. I've had this shirt for like 3 years and I never use it when I like wash my shirt. I just feel like one day I will use it and I'm scared to like cut it off, so instead it just gets tucked under my bra strap, which is extra great because then it just, you know, flies out in public like out of the blue when I'm, you know, talking to people or, you know, trying to make a good first impression. And it's really hard to do that when you have a little like hanger thing just flying out all over the place. Hello everyone! I'm here today to share with you guys a sort of a battle face-off type thing between two palettes that I've been testing out. And so we're going to be comparing the Kylie Cosmetics Royal Peach palette against the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And I'm actually wearing both of them on my eyes today because I wanted to sort of show you what all the different colors look like on the eyes. And I wanted to go over the price, the product themselves, which one I like better, how they wear, show you swatches and all that fun stuff. If you do like these sort of comparison videos, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up so I know, and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And without further ado, let's get into this. So first, let's go over the Kylie Cosmetics palette. This is the Royal Peach palette. It retails for $45 US comparing to the $42 US for their other palettes. This one has 12 different colors within the collection as well as a brush. It has a mirror in the palette as well. And the total weight in eyeshadows for this is 0.6 ounces. I know, I got very technical for you guys. Within this palette, there are 6 shimmery colors or metallic colors and 6 mattes. And it's more on the sort of warm, reddy, terracotta, peachy tones, I want to say. And they do have some really interesting little pops of color with the lilac and the blue in here as well, which I found to be a little bit interesting, something a bit unique to the palette that makes it more than just a warm-toned nude palette. So first I want to talk about the pros of this palette. So number one, you actually get more eyeshadow for the money in this palette versus the Too Faced palette. You also get these beautiful metallic shades which look insane on the eyes. I will say I like applying them with my fingers more than a brush because I think you get that better, really metallic payoff when you apply it that way, but really, really beautiful. I also really like the brush, which I wasn't expecting. Not only is it the size of like a normal brush, so I can put it in my brush holder and it doesn't like fall to the bottom. You're like, hello, where is it? But it also picks up shadow nicely and blends out really well on the lids. So for that reason, I really like it as well. Also, I was really surprised how much I like these reddy orange shades. I honestly didn't think that I would like them when I applied them to my eye. I thought they were gonna make my eyes look really red and puffy and just it wouldn't look good with my pale skin, but I was surprised. I really do like them. My favorite shades within this palette are probably Duchess, Sandy, and Duke. Those are probably the ones that I would go for most often. And I found that Royal, while it's a beautiful bright pop of color, just didn't go on as smoothly as I was anticipating, I guess. Like you really have to build up the color, where I was expecting it to be like a really punchy, bold pop that I could put it sort of like as an eyeliner or something like that, and it was not so much. Now for some of the cons. We're gonna start first with, because I was comparing it to the Too Faced palette, I smelled this palette and that was a mistake. It smells like acidic chemicals. I don't recommend doing that. Also, you will notice that there are no highlight shades in here, or at least highlight shades that my skin will actually think is a highlight shade. I don't know, I'm just very particular with highlight shades and I really like them because they make me look more awake than perhaps I am feeling. So this is just missing that for me and I wish it was in here. Another thing which is kind of nitpicky of me, but I don't like the fact that the names of the shadows aren't on here and they're all on the back of the palette. It's really, really annoying because I have to keep going back. I'm like, which color do I have on my lids? This one, and I'm like trying to make sure that I'm reading it correctly. So I think it's Duchess. This one right here in the row. So I wish that the actual names of the shades was actually printed on the front. Now onto the Sweet Peach palette by Too Faced. In this one, you get a total of 18 shadows for a total weight of 0.54 ounces, and it retails for $49 US. There are 10 shades in here that have sort of a shimmeriness to them, and 2 that have straight up glitter in them, and the rest are matte, and it obviously has a very nice peachy scent to it. It is much more on the like peach candle end of things than like fresh picked fruit, you know what I'm saying? But regardless, that's kind of a nice surprise when you're applying your makeup. And then I found that this palette was much more on the pinky peach side of things versus the coppery peach side of things. So the eyeshadows themselves aren't super comparable in that way, and they both represent peach from different angles. Now for the pros of this palette, first of all, you get a lot more variety, obviously, with 18 shadows versus 12. And I like the fact that this has some warm tones as well as more cool tones. They're not super red, so I find them to be a little bit more wearable for people like me that aren't used to wearing a lot of warm tones. And I find that the peachy pink tones in here are a lot more wearable for me for an everyday basis versus the really strong copper tones that are coming out of the Kylie Cosmetics palette. We also have some nice highlight shades in here from Nectar and White Peach, and you can actually see the color there versus like some of them you're like, I'm trying to apply and you're like, nope, still not there. I guess I'm too pale. Now in terms of cons, I'm not a huge fan of the glitter shadows that are included. I really wish they had gone with more of metallic shades instead of like the Kylie one. I think that would have been awesome and just much more usable for me. I'm more likely to go for a metallic sheen versus a glitter sheen for like an everyday thing, you know? And the other thing that I noticed having applied this for the last couple of weeks is if you're just using the palette to apply it and use the little mirror in here, the smell can get quite nauseating because it is very strong. And so you're just smelling it the entire time, and I had to put it down because it was too much. So if you are sensitive to scents, I would probably avoid this or any of the palettes that have a scent to them within the Too Faced line because they are very strong. Like, they smell really nice, but they are a little bit on the strong side. My favorite shades here are probably White Peach, Peaches and Cream, Puree, Summer Yum, and Bellini. But like, I really liked a lot of these and I felt like I gravitated to them quite often. I think those are probably my favorites of all of them though. So overall, I think if you're going for a nice neutral palette that you can use every single day that has a large variety to choose from, go for Sweet Peach because you're gonna be really happy with the results. The shadows are beautiful. However, if you wanna expand on your current makeup collection and you wanna play with more of those warm tones and those terracotta, reddy, orange, copper kind of shades, the Kylie palette is beautiful. It has great pigmentation, the colors go really nicely onto the eyes, and they stay put quite well throughout the day as well. Honestly, I was really happy with the quality of both of these palettes. None of the shadows seem to be very dusty or difficult to apply, albeit like I wasn't super impressed with the blue one in this one, but like the rest of them were really nice. If I had to pick one, it would probably be the Sweet Peach one just because it has more variety. I can see myself using it on a more like a daily basis versus this one, but I really enjoyed experimenting with this one a little bit and kind of stretching outside of my comfort zone. So that was really fun and I was quite pleased with the quality of this. And that's everything for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more of these face-offs, and if you have any particular products that you guys want me to do for the next video, leave it in the comment section below and let me know. Have you guys tried out these palettes before? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Which ones are your favorites? What are your favorite shadows? I want to hear from you guys. I want to chat with you guys. Let me know what's up. I hope you're all having an amazing week so far, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you girls. Mwah.